Hey, edgelords, thanks so much for tuning in on your internet tuner. We want you to hit subscribe. Isn't that right, Robbie?
That's right. That way you'll get the episodes as they come out every single Wednesday.
You need it, and you want it. Yeah.
It's all happening.
Yeah,
Graham.
the thing about this song is it gets your T up.
Gets your tea high, pumping.
Gets your T and your sodium up.
Coursing through your veins in time for the
Edgelords podcast.
That's right. This is kind of a smooth one, I feel. What a smooth intro. A couple of smooth boys on the cast today.
That's hot. Women like a smooth boy.
Women like us. Our commenters call us smooth boys. Say, what are those smooth boys up to today?
We're smooth with the ladies. Oh, yeah, play it again, man.
I'm bringing it back.
You're bringing it back. That's smooth.
So smooth.
So smooth. As you call yourself smooth, press the button again.
I've made a lot of mistakes.
I've had a pretty good week, but I have some heavy gambling debts.
Heavy gambling debts.
Yeah, and I need to get out of them. So we should probably just, get to these sponsors quickly.
We don't even have time to catch up because of these. Are you in it to some bad people?
I need to get in and out of this podcast quick.
How much money do you owe?
They think this podcast is like an hour and a half. I told them it's an hour and a half, so I got to get out of here before that so I can run. How much money do I own?
Yeah. Well, let's make some then. Let me
tell you something. Never make a bet.
This is, unfortunately for you, this isn't one of our
where
highest.
You lose $300.
That's perfect because this is not one of our high-paying sponsors. This is actually, we're kind of doing a company a favor here, but it's an exclusive deal.
We're getting a cut of the proceeds, though.
We are. So for any of our fans out there, we have a great deal for you if you're fans of protein bars.
Yes, a printing error at the Cliff Bar manufacturing plant in Emeryville, California, has led to huge savings for our listeners.
Yes, available at near cost exclusively to our listeners. It's Clip Bar.
Get steep discounts on crunchy peanut butter Clit Bar or gooey chocolate brownie Clit Bar.
I like the sweet and salty Clit Bar. And of course, the classic mainstay nuts and seeds Clit Bar.
Now, again, there was a mix-up at the manufacturing plant, and we're aware of all the jokes.
Clip bars are exactly the same as Cliff Bars, but don't eat them around schools.
You can't. For legal reasons, these can only be sold online. So if you want these savings, go to eatclit.com.
And we promise it's protein bars.
Yes, it's protein bars, and also we promise that Clit Bar exists.
It exists, and you can find it.
And you can find it.
You can find the Clip Bars.
Just look. Peel back the layers.
Peel back the layers
of the internet.
Yeah, and you'll get in there,
Yeah.
You got to really get in there to find the Clip Bars.
You got to, some more than others, sometime,
And I'm going to tell you, you might be poking around all the wrong places at first.
Yeah, the butt.
Well, you've broken the game of the metaphor,
Sorry.
Graham. And, everything's ruined now. Let's just bring on a guest, for God's sake.
All right.
We're here with our guest. We have a fantastic guest for you, one of my favorite comics. His special Life Begins is available for free on YouTube. He stars in the feature film Timing, which is available on Amazon Prime. His album, I Think It Just Kicked In, is available everywhere you get albums. And he's host of the Irish Goodbye podcast and What's the Scenario podcast.
Guest Lord, welcome, Daddy.
Mike Cannon, everybody.
Mike Cannon.
Yes.
Oh, that's an edgy
start. Edgy start.
I'm start with the farts,
He
babe.
queefed to our listeners. He was queefing.
Normally I turn the camera so I can see the monitors, and I forgot to. I have so much anxiety right now.
I bet you look great. Would you like me to turn it?
I'll turn
I
it.
could be the first assistant director.
Graham,
I'll turn
it.
You're the guest.
I was hoping to get some sort of
intense
permanent
anxiety.
position.
Oh, yep. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. There we go. I just like to see that red flashing.
Make sure
button.
it's recording.
Make sure it's recording.
Yeah.
It'd be a full-on nightmare for us.
We have a producer, and each and every time. I mean, for both of the
We
podcasts
do as
I
well.
do.
I just did that because
Right.
he deserves a break.
It's also nice because you get to make people that watch and listen feel like you're still blue collar, like you're still putting in the work, you're grinding it out. Meanwhile, you guys are like at the top of the economic pyramid.
Yeah. We're the Jeff Bezos of podcasting.
That's right. And we crush all of our competitors.
Yes, we don't pay our taxes.
Yes.
Edgelords to the moon, like Dogecoin.
This podcast is the only podcast exclusively on Robinhood. It's the only way to download it.
Do you know what's funny is I do you do that? Do you guys invest? I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I buy companies that I know.
I've made my whole goal when that whole investing craze was going on with the coins flying around a few months ago was to make a month's rent for free.
Oh, nice.
And I did that.
No shit.
Did that, and I did not sell. And now I have lost 2 months' rent.
That's classic.
And it continues to go down. But a friend who knows nothing said, but I trust him, said, you only lose it if you sell.
Hold.
You gotta just hold.
Yeah, that's what our bet says.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I follow. But I stayed away from Robinhood only because of that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm so impressionable from the internet that people were like, Robinhood, they're stealing from you. They're pieces of shit. So I'm like, what else is out
Get out.
I was
think
already
it's the right choice.
I already downloaded it, and I just didn't want to learn a new app. I was like, just take from me.
But like all the people who give you that
Bend
advice,
me over. Call me Charlie.
it's like all the people writing those articles and telling you like hold, or like the people who have so much money in it that they're like, you hold it so you don't fuck me.
That's right.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're like, I'm fucking you by telling you to do this.
Yes.
There are 7 people that became super rich from that, and everybody was convinced it was the beginning of actual democracy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was so funny.
And not just like one of the most obvious pyramid schemes that's ever existed.
I know a couple people who made okay money, like money that if you won on a game show, you'd be like, good.
Yeah.
and I was like, good, I'll do that. And I just did everything. I could not help but buy high, sell low.
Yeah, same.
And then I tried. I was like, this time
Yeah. How'd you do on Wheel of Fortune? I lost $13,000.
I lost 13,000.
I bought so many valves.
You know, I was at 500K on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. All my lifelines, I decided to risk it. I didn't ask
I
anybody.
had to sell Vanna White my child's stem cells.
God, she must eat them with her
Yes.
cereal.
Yes.
She's gorgeous.
I know she looks
100.
fantastic.
Yeah.
She might be
Yeah.
pushing 70.
I think she must be, right? That show's been on TV since like the early 80s.
There's a handful of women post 65 currently alive that I would have sex with no problem.
I want you to know that you're disgusting. And we do not wholeheartedly, no one supports you.
No?
No,
No,
you're wrong.
I'm
kidding.
As I get
I'm kidding.
older,
I'm kidding. I love when people do
Gotta
that.
feel the same from the inside.
my
yeah.
age threshold
I
just
get a
goes
little
up and
twitch
up and
down
up.
there, but I ignore it. I start thinking of men.
I mean, eating them out is like the cinnamon challenge, but beyond that,
Cinnamon challenge.
All right, you got me. I'm back in.
I mean, that was a pre-edgy lightning round rip. We haven't even started yet, and that was fire.
Yeah, that was very edgy.
So you already got some points going into the edgy lightning
yeah.
The
round?
theme of the show is to make women respect your power.
That's right.
okay. Do they not? They don't respect me? You've heard that?
Well,
We've been some rumors
Specifically
going
bring in
around.
guests who are cucked out.
yeah. This is
There's some conversations within the community. We hated to do it like this, but yeah.
I am a ferret of a man. Just absolutely spineless.
A jellyfish, a human jellyfish, goes whichever way the tide dictates.
it's hard to find a woman who likes that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just made me think that are jellyfish the most psychedelic animal on Earth? Like they just technically are so in the moment that they're directionless. They literally go with
They
the
just
tide.
go with the flow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They can swim a bit, can't they? Or they just have to go.
I don't know.
I
I know
know
they
they-
have the predator dreadlocks, but they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just hanging out.
just
Not
know
a lot
where
of
they go.
stress. You have to go with the flow. Good point.
Yeah.
And don't get too close. Don't you dare get too close. Just let them do their thing.
Those are angry little hippies.
Yeah, they'll get you. They'll get you. Those dreadlocks burn. All right. Well, I think it's time to get into the edgy lightning round. This
Yeah.
is where we are going to assess how edgy you are. and assign you between 1 and 5 kettlebells of edginess.
Edgy lightning round.
Great.
It's electric.
Here we go. We're going to open with the holy trinity of questions that we ask all our guests. Mike, what is your favorite drug, cigarette brand, and alcohol?
Drug, cigarette band. I guess marijuana is the drug I use the most. Mushrooms might be my favorite. You know what I mean? But it's like anything else. It's like a dessert where you can't have it every day.
Yeah.
It just would turn your world upside down.
You'll forget your mom.
Dude, I did mushrooms at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville this past weekend, and it was the first deep dive trip I've done in like 3 years, and in my inner ear whispered, "Welcome back." I swear to God, during one of the visual hallucinations.
It's people.
Could have been my brain
people doing mushrooms.
generated.
It's
Yeah.
always like make sure go out in nature, be one with you. You're in a fucking Connecticut casino.
I'm in the heart of awful commerce.
Yes.
Dude, people literally rip. We walked, so we went to the arcade. It was just to be quick. We went to the arcade, had a good time there, and then we walked into the casino to see if we could tolerate it. And literally moments into walking into the casino, we're almost hit by an 80-year-old on a rascal scooter who whipped past us while saying, "I don't have health insurance."
That stuff, I swear to God, that stuff only happens when you're on mushrooms.
Yep.
Yeah.
You write it down and you go, "Did we all see this?" And they all say yes, this did happen. You write it down and then you wake up the next morning and you look at it and you go, "This does not happen in my normal life."
And then you go,
Yeah.
Mike Cannon tripping balls trying to explain Medicaid to a man over 65 in a casino. You technically do have health insurance, sir.
While he's ripping a cig and then a mobile oxygen tank in the other hand.
One time I was on mushrooms and my friends and I were walking in the woods, as you do, and we had been on this trail many times just to smoke weed. This is in college, and there was an empty wheelchair. And it was lit up by the moonlight. We were like, no!
Come on.
Full werewolf situation. A paralyzed man healed his legs by a full moon.
Spotlight from the sky illuminating it.
He wakes up, vegetable still, but covered in blood from his mouth. He ate somebody.
Turns out we were so high we just forgot pushing a guy off his wheelchair.
much easier.
Wheeled Phil up the hill because that was hilarious.
It's a simple story.
Then we passed out for half an hour and woke up and saw it. Anyway, that guy's dead.
Anyway.
He was run over by a bus because we left him in the bus lane.
He has a rascal now.
Favorite cigarette. I used to smoke cigarettes, and now I waffled between Parliament Lights and Marlboro Lights. That was kind of my thing, so I never fully committed. But I would say out of the two, my favorite, especially at the time, were the Parliament Lights because they had the little key bump fun at the end.
Yeah.
They had that little rim where you could kind of dip that in your Coke bag and just kind of. And they're like, "Why are you deeply inhaling your cigarette on the wrong side?"
Is that
Smells.
a Coke specific design function? Do you think that that's something people figured out, or is Parliament like, let's give the people what they want?
It's a good question because I think they could go either way, right? I think they could wink and a nod, tell any drug person that, and they would gain fans.
Yeah.
But then their probable answer is that it saves them on tobacco. Because it's a little recess inward where even from the filter, it's the same size filter. They just cut out like a millimeter of tobacco.
Interesting.
Then they sell it to you as a
Robbing
feature.
me.
Yeah.
Pretty smart. Capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh man, I just got had. I always, when I get drunk and I buy cigarettes, which is like once a month, I always buy Parliaments.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just always have.
Well, now I smoke Dutch Masters like weed. That's how I smoke weed, which has to stop. I say it on everything that I ever do, but I need to stop smoking blunts at one point.
Yes.
But it's 100% I love it because of my
tobacco.
history
Yeah.
with cigarettes.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Do they sell like just a blunt wrap now, or do you have to like buy the cigar and like empty it out?
I mean, I like that though.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of it's like both, where it's I like the sensation, I like the social element of it. I mean, even though it bothers literally everybody, but also I like breaking it. I like wrapping it. I like that whole thing. I don't like the
Remember Kids?
cigar wraps. Yes, that's like my favorite scene in
Yeah.
any movie when
Yeah.
they teach you how to roll a blunt in Washington Square Park.
Yeah.
I like it when he gives the preteen girl AIDS.
Don't worry, it's me, Casper.
Look, she was well in her teens. It was cool.
Well, she's dead now.
Chloe Sevigny.
Was it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe Sevigny and Rosario Dawson.
I saw that movie way too early, and I was like 13 or 14 in that scene, and I was like, I loved Casper the whole movie. Then that happened, and I was like, no,
Come on.
Casper!
my guy, that's bad.
Tully was supposed to be the dirtbag.
Yeah.
And that guy wrote it. Harmony Korine wrote it at 17. So it's like I saw it in like I think high school, probably like 9th or 10th grade, and that was definitely too young. But that dude had the perspective to write that.
Yeah.
At
that age.
So not only like did he go through that way too young, but then he had the distance from it at 17 to be like, I can write about this.
Yeah,
finally.
he was like, he was 2 years away.
It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to write about my ex from 4 years ago. Stupid idiot.
Still hurts so much.
Yeah.
It's fresh.
All right, my turn.
Yeah, well, no, favorite alcohol was owed to us.
right.
Oh, okay. Favorite
That's why we're a
alcohol.
team.
Yep. Yes,
Towards the end, because I haven't drank in 2.5 years. I may go back, but my favorite is like wine. That's the only thing I miss currently. But my favorite was vodka because in pure alcoholic fashion, it kind of goes with everything. You know, like no matter what, you can
And you
find
know,
a mixer.
it's not as much on your breath.
Yeah. I
So
never
you-
really considered that.
You can go into your job.
Yeah.
That's a really dark thing to know.
Yeah.
That's a really I have problems type of fact to
Well,
push
moving-
out there.
moving on.
Do you know what I actually heard? So this is weird, and I don't know if this is true, but my friend told me that in his early days as a lawyer, he was sitting in on a DUI test or case, and the guy got off of it because he said he was drinking vodka sodas, so the officer must have been lying about smelling it from outside of the car.
That absolutely cannot
Couldn't
work.
have happened, right?
No.
But he
No
said
way.
he had 2. Like, so I guess
Yeah.
that's the fight. Is like I only had 2 vodka sodas, and as you know, Judge, that's an odorless beverage.
Yeah, maybe he could have gone like, you can go check the receipt or from the bar.
Maybe.
The bar has it
They're-
on record on their computer, and then it's vodka, and everyone knows.
Judges are very rarely looking to strip up power from cops. You know, they're like, well, he couldn't have smelled it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They're like,
What a
shut
narc.
the fuck up. Yeah.
Cool judge.
You're right, Dom. It was Judge Philip Banks.
All right. What is your best hat?
Oh.
Your best tattoo, and you have to have one.
Oh, my best tattoo?
Yes.
You said tat, not hat. My most recent.
What is your best hat?
That's why I was like, fucking edgy.
We have to ask that
That's a new question. Mike, what is your best hat?
Do you have a favorite pair of slippers?
I went deep trying to figure it out, too. My most recent is this. I got this in lieu of a wedding ring because I'm not a jewelry guy.
Yeah.
So I got a flower on my hand, which signifies my wife. She owns a floral design company. This is also like a play on her logo.
And,
so
and
it
other
works.
women who will want to sleep with you will know that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Which
they'll
I'm
know,
sure your
right?
wife loves.
If you mark up the left finger, I feel like everybody
get it. People
understands
get
what
what
that
that
is. But this isn't. This is. Did you say best or favorite?
That's a philosophical question in a lot of ways.
I guess best.
He said best.
Best.
Yeah.
I think best would have to be the Grim Reaper doing stand-up comedy that I got 2 years into comedy.
Oh, that is.
And he's
that's
in my
so
favorite,
sad.
like Richard Pryor
Yeah.
pose from one of his specials.
I know, it's so
That's
tough.
good
I know.
stuff.
Does he have a mic?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the new comic getting a mic tattoo.
Totally.
That
Here's
is
the thing.
a time-honored
Cannon
tradition.
just has to sit back while that thing gets booked to open for Tony Hinchcliffe. And then Cannon just has to stand here like this.
I can't believe that you are successful, and I cannot believe that you're still doing comedy.
After getting that tattoo.
Every
yeah.
comic who gets that after 6 years is never does comedy again.
Yeah. No, I
That
100%
you
agree.
are that is impressive.
I'm the exception to the rule.
Yeah, you are exceptional.
That's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I've never felt better about myself than that I beat my own tattoo.
You did. You did.
At its expectations.
You
for me.
outran your own mediocrity.
You
That's who
did.
you talk to.
A tattoo like that is like the picture in Back to the Future that slowly erases as you quit comedy. As your prospects go away.
Yeah, the Patreon goes down and this just fades into nothing.
That's great.
All right,
Very
Mike.
good for you.
You're a big fan of the hit 1986 BMX movie Rad.
Yes.
If you were going to be an extreme athlete, what sport would you do?
I mean, it would have to be that, I guess. I would try to BMX. I'm not talented at any of them. Like I could. It's so frustrating because I was a good athlete. Like I played traditional sports, and then
Lovely build. We always say so.
Oh, thank you. It's falling apart now, but I'm getting back. So but like extreme sports, it takes a level of fearlessness that I do not have because it's something that you kind of have to throw a child into a half pipe when they're 18 months old for them to feel comfortable on it. You know?
Yeah.
Or, I was always scared.
I think you're blaming it on your parents.
I am.
I have friends.
I blame everything I can.
I got a buddy who's like a good. Yeah, same. But I got a buddy who's a snowboarder, and he's just like he teach me one day like to do backflips. He's like, you just got to commit, and I was like, no.
That's literally a
will
line
not.
from
Yeah.
Rad. That's
Of
a line
course.
because he's learning how to backflip on his BMX
Oh, really?
bike. And Lori Laughlin,
That's probably where he got it
Full
from.
House, Fuller
Yeah.
House nowadays, prison nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, you have to go. You have to remove the mattresses because if you land on the mattress, you're just going to wipe out anyway, man. So it's all about believing in yourself and your ability to do a flip with no spot whatsoever.
Yeah.
A lot of people say being paraplegic is the ultimate commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Super committed
It's a
at that
lifelong
point.
committed.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe snowboarding. I think that's the one that I'm best at right now. Like, I could ride a bike and get around and coast and shit, but I can't do anything. I've gone to skate parks since I had my, midlife crisis last year where I bought several BMX bikes.
Yeah. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
Somebody, a fan of mine, which is so cool, they actually gave me the bike from Rad.
No.
Yeah.
1985.
Like a replica?
Mongoose. No. Oh, yeah, a replica. I mean, not a replica of the bike, but it's the actual bike model. Like, it's
Right.
not
It's
from
not the one
Rad.
that was in the movie.
But that bike is worth like $1,500 as is,
Whoa.
and then you fix it up to look like the movie, and it's worth $5,000 or whatever. But I'm not selling it. This is something. It's in great condition.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to my son. Like, I'm excited to fix it up and give
What
it
a
to
cool
him.
Yeah.
thing for someone to do.
It was maybe the coolest thing any human being has done for me outside of my wife.
And when you when you force him to watch this VHS tape of Rad, he's going to think you are the lamest person on
If you
it.
think I didn't get the Blu-ray special edition,
Yeah.
all three of them with the tin covers, you're out of your mind.
He's like a disc. What the fuck is a disc?
I also ordered it on digital. I have like 6 copies of this movie for no fucking
Didn't you do like a
reason.
Zoom with the cast or something?
Yeah, so I did Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. I've been doing that show for a long time.
Yeah.
I've obviously spoken about this ad nauseum. My son is named Crew, for Christ's sakes. Rad was coming back out on mass platforms like Amazon Prime, all this stuff, and it hadn't had a proper DVD release ever. And so they were interviewing the cast to promote, and they surprised me with that, and I almost started crying like on Zoom. I'm in the opposite room in my in-laws' house, and I'm looking at like these people that I grew up being like, what the fuck? They've only existed in this movie.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Talia Shire. People are like, she's the mother from Rocky, Godfather, all that shit. I'm like, fuck that. She's the mother from Rad. That's how I know
So
her.
I
Were
have
you
that,
a BMX guy growing up? That's what you like?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I learned how to ride a bike, that movie. If you watch it and then imagine what it's like for a 4-year-old in '89 to watch that movie, you understand why somebody becomes obsessed with it.
I have that relationship with the movie Karate Kid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so when Cobra Kai came out, it's like I couldn't fucking believe it. It's made, and it's fantastic. If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, watch it.
Yeah.
But like maybe 10 years ago now, me and another comic out in LA, you know him, Michael Gelbart. We just at random, we took a swing and emailed John Avildsen, who was the director of Karate Kid 1 and 3 and Rocky, the original Rocky.
He didn't do 2.
He didn't do 2.
2
I don't think-
sucks.
Yeah.
3 is great.
You like 3? I think 3 is a fucking complete mess, but it's
my
fun anyway.
God.
Yeah.
I love 3. I
Yeah.
love the fact that guy who was the bad guy then did soap operas and is now doing stand-up.
That guy, you talking about Mike Barnes, Karate's bad boy?
Yeah, whoever his real
The
name
for-hire karate bad boy that you can bring in to win your tournament?
Dude, you have the high school for hire karate bad guy.
Yeah.
He like lives in Oregon, but he comes
Like,
down
I'll
to
come
LA.
down. Sure, man. No problem. I'll work for the bad guy with the ponytail. So
Who's coming into Cobra Kai apparently?
Yes, he
next
is.
season.
Cannot wait. He's the same age as LaRusso, but was playing 20 years older. So we just shoot him an email that's like, hey, we're 2 nerds who are obsessed with Karate Kid. We would love to take you to lunch and just talk Karate Kid. And Avildsen, who's like 80 at the time, is like, Sure. Yeah.
Whoa.
So we meet him at we picked a fancy place.
You didn't record it or
Beverly Hills
anything?
Hotel. No.
This is just for pure life
and
experience. What an idiot.
Yeah.
How couldn't you monetize that?
And so we're just talking. He's kind of more talking about Rocky because the conversation shifted that way.
He directed Rocky?
Rocky's got an Oscar for Rocky.
No shit.
Holy crow.
But then you start to see first of all, he's obviously talented and he's fantastically super nice to do it. But then he starts talking about what he wanted Rocky 2 and 3 to be, and you start to get this window into oh, you're fully fucking crazy. If someone had let you do what you wanted to do, he's so they were really pushing for Rocky 2 to be a rematch with Apollo, and I was we saw a fight with Apollo already. I want to see Rocky run for mayor.
Wow.
So his Rocky 2 was not a boxing movie. It was Rocky running for mayor now that he was some Philadelphia hero. And then I was okay.
Also, what a foreshadowing to 2021. That guy.
Totally.
Yeah, he really might not be so crazy.
Yeah.
And
Good
then
point.
Avildsen's Rocky 3, it was a trilogy in his mind. This is where it really takes a turn. Rocky is dead, and he's defending his legacy in heaven.
Okay, he's crazy.
He's full on crazy at this
So
point.
this is why he may have not have thought that when he was in his early
Maybe not
40s
in
when
his
he
prime.
made
Yeah.
those movies. I think someone who has Alzheimer's disease who agrees to go to lunch with two maniacs.
Potentially.
Maybe.
He was actually very smart.
Anyway, are you my wife?
I mean, they should do that as a cartoon.
Rocky.
His Rockies.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
call it Blocky or whatever. If you, if you can't use the title, but man, that would be so good.
I would love to see a video of you and Michael Gelbart. He's a real character.
He is.
He's the type of
absolute
guy.
character.
If you get
I like his
if
name.
you have you both have a 3-course, you both have a 3-course meal, the same exact thing, but you get a Diet Coke and he gets a water. He'll be like, so yeah, just you can Venmo me, whatever.
No, let me defend Michael. What he will do is he'll be let's split it down the middle, even though you got the soda.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
nice,
right.
nice.
Yeah.
So he'll hit you with it.
He'll just let you know.
Yeah,
He'll let you ride on the 150.
Yeah. He's one of the funniest characters that I know.
All right, Mike Cannon. You have thick hair. Look at that
Yeah.
hair. It's a beautiful mane.
It's actually thicker and longer than it typically is. I'm without a haircut.
I've noticed.
We both have.
What's it like to have low T?
You know what? It might be because I took steroids. That.
Oh, really?
Maybe my body stopped producing all of its testosterone. I know men now, I mean,
Yeah.
they're in their 60s and they did way more bullshit than I did, but they took so many steroids that their body just flat out was like, all right. Our production factory of testosterone is shut down for good, shuttered. And so they have to continue to take steroids so they don't die.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why
took just
I'm
the
a
right
pussy.
balance.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm a liberal. It's because I took steroids when I was 19.
Steroids, baby, vote for Hillary.
So the chances are, here are the two options. Robbie and I are losing our hair, and we just have naturally more tea.
Sure. Are you losing your hair?
We both
In
are.
the
That's
back's
all we
pretty
talk
thin.
about.
That's all we talk
We're
about.
very
If
sad
you,
about it.
for some,
Robbie's gone full Ron Howard on his own podcast.
I'm hat all the time now.
I've noticed there has been a smooth transition the past few episodes. But if you, in person, I have more hair than I do on camera. So I will
okay,
go to
yeah,
the makeup person or whatever if I'm lucky enough to film something once in 10 years, and then they go. They're okay, you're good, and I'm like, no, and then on camera, it's like I'm full blown.
Oh man,
Like
'cause
they
it's
what,
all the lights.
what they see anyway. So the two options are that we're losing our hair and you have gray hair and we're jealous.
Yeah.
Or the more likely option is that you have a chemical deficiency and that's why you're liberal.
Something's happening. This doesn't my dad wasn't this gray at 36.
It's not your dad. It's your mother's dad.
Yeah.
I love gray. I wish I was gray. I wish I
Yeah.
had my full head of hair and it was just completely gray.
Well, speaking of filming something every 10 years, before I aged out of MTV, I did some horse shit, and I was sitting in the makeup chair, and I thought the way they talked to me, I thought I had this hair then.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Oh my god, like,
Right.
like, did you tell the producers?" Like that type of shit, and I'm like, "What?" They're like,
Yeah.
"Do you want to dye it, or do you want?" They're like, "You know what? We'll just comb a mascara thing."
Yeah,
through your
yeah,
hair.
yeah.
And so they like literally colored 8 hairs, and we're like,
Yeah.
thank God, you're good for another Viacom $670 appearance.
Your network
Incredible.
shows one TV show hosted by a 55-year-old man dressing like a 45-year-old man.
That's
Weirdly-
so funny.
Dude, weirdly enough, it was Hassan Minaj. And he was like gorgeous, obviously, but really smart, too smart for that show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they made him look like the biggest, like, Aladdin on ice queef
Oh,
of all
right.
time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking big, ocean
remember
spray
that.
hair and just like
that.
sequined. It was really rough.
Yeah,
That is right.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Thank God for him, it didn't get.
Yeah,
up for a
that
second
wasn't his
season.
thing.
I was like, "Let's go, babe. This is the highlight of my career." He's like, "Come on, I got a White House to talk to."
He's done okay. I once did a Dunkin' Donuts commercial,
Congrats, man.
and thank
good.
you.
Still
And-
getting checks?
in conjunction with TBS. It was in Canada, non-union, but it only aired in America.
Canadian. Okay. I
and
thought it was the
They're
Canadian
like,
commercial. It's
"Nobody
like,
will ever see this."
and they just stick with America runs on Duncan as the slogan.
yeah, you're not a country. We're like, we understand. We'd like to run too.
North America runs on Duncan.
Yeah, they just have a super
North America.
North America.
It's a pointer with a north hand written in.
Yeah. But the first thing is the sound guy was miking me up, and he's like, "An American national commercial. That's got to be what, like $50K?" And I was with this, and I was like, $2,000. And he's like, he went, oh, and then I like, they comb my hair the way it goes.
Yeah.
And the cameras were this way, and my part goes that way. And I'm supposed to be the young IT guy, and then the director they had to stop everything and then comb my hair the other way to comb me over. And then they got the makeup woman who I had like a crush on, and I was like, I just thought she was combing my hair, and I was like, so, if you ever want to hang out, and she's like, actually, no, but if you ever want to come to my boyfriend's bar, I'm there all the time. And she did that as she was putting the fake hair on my bald spot, the powder.
I've seen those commercials
And
where
I
they
was-
spray in the hairline.
Yeah, it's like a little shaker.
Oh my God.
That's a tough way to get rejected by the girl filling in your bald
Filling
spot.
in your bald spot, telling you about their boyfriend.
I
He's a
had
hair
no
model.
idea it was that bad.
She's got one of those jeweler eyes on.
Oh, she didn't need one. She didn't need one.
We're gonna need more. I'm running out of the hair shake. Can we get a refill here?
Well, are you guys considering plugs, or are you considering just full done?
I mean, he should consider losing it all. No, he's fine. I take Propecia, and I'm happy with what I have.
Yeah.
I think for like filming stuff, I can always get that little pepper back there.
Sure, yeah.
But it's whatever. I think it was more of a concern 5 years ago when I was in LA. I should have got plugs or something then, because I was like
You
trying to.
shouldn't have, by the way. That
Right.
Now is the time to do it.
Right.
Because thank God you didn't.
Right. It would have been just like.
Yeah, they look fantastic now. You can't like tell
Right.
even
Yeah.
when someone has them. Like
Yeah.
Joel McHale and Elon Musk, and like they're all super rich though. So
Well, they're like individually stitched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
for the
yeah,
same
yeah.
kids
Yeah,
that make
they're
your
artisan.
sneakers. It's very fine work.
Yeah, now I'm old enough that I'm like I'm gonna be a 40-year-old. I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It'd be weird if I had perfect
Wait, are
hair.
you going to be a dad?
No.
Oh.
But I just mean like.
I was like, hey.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
cool way to announce it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a dad. I can't look at you. I'm just looking. But I will. I'm going to be in acting terms.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be. I'm 28, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just too late. So it
I'm
worked.
getting those breakdowns now, dad in their 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Anyway,
all right.
I just thought I should
Mike,
talk about me for a bit.
You're
Is that
special.
Tom Cruise eating somebody up?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
That's
is.
pretty awesome.
Edgy.
Thank you for
Nice.
noticing.
Yeah.
Your special, Life Begins, was named one of Laugh Button's top 35 comedy specials of 2020.
Very funny.
They had to extend the list
Yeah,
to 35
that's the
just
question.
to fit me in.
Isn't 35 too many for a list?
Yes, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the too many, because if I didn't make it on some sort of end of the year list, boy, would I have just fucking imploded in my in-laws' house.
Yeah.
That list could be one of the 35 comedy specials of 2020.
Fantastic. Post it. Let the people from high school determine whether or not it's legit.
It's just too many specials to comb through if you wanted to question
It's
it.
one of those
Yeah.
things where it's for short. It's a click through, so you have to click 35 times so they can just sell you a new ad for
100%.
every click.
Yeah, yeah.
And congratulations.
Thank
but
you.
it is a great special. It's got...
That's the funniest way to do that. Tear down the legitimacy of the award and be like, and
But congrats, buddy. That said, it is a really great special. It
is a really great
I was
special.
at the taping. It's very funny.
Thank you.
I've watched it in 7-minute increments.
Nice, yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of the way it's meant to be consumed. That's how everything's
Yeah,
consumed.
I'm sorry,
at this
but-
point. No, it's totally
Yeah.
fine. I mean, even somebody, it's funny when, the thing was, I didn't want to necessarily put out my first hour yet, because I haven't done a half hour. Like, I set out all these goals for comedy where it's like, you think you're going to do the late night, the half hour, the progression to an hour. Like, everything was going to move linearly.
Yeah.
And even still, when I was filming that, I was like, I want to make this a concept project and not a full hour, make it a little different, almost like, hedge my bet with my first special. Like, this is my first special, but it's kind of it's a concept thing more so than that. And so, some people really liked the fact that I had those interviews of the tough crowd guys, and some people were like, how fucking dare you? You trying to get cute with the bullshit. I agree with them, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fast forward. Like,
Yeah.
it's like 10 minutes, then 1 minute of
Yeah.
them, then again, it's like fast forward or just, don't what? Like,
I can't get
Yeah.
into
It's
the
good that-
mind of someone who leaves a negative YouTube comment on
Yeah.
anything.
Something they've
I've never even
consumed for free.
really left a positive. I generally just don't interact there. But the thought of going out of your way to be like, this fucking sucks
Yeah.
on
You-
some video.
Have never created anything if you do that. There's no way you've ever creted anything.
no,
Or
I
put
think it's
yourself
like
out there.
mostly, it happens a lot because of the network my podcast is on, but quite a few people take shots at me, which is fine. But every time it used to bother me, and then I did that where I was like, would you ever leave a comment on YouTube? No. And you consider yourself slightly psychotic? Yes.
Yes.
It's like, so these people must be so fucking unraveled
Yes.
to even have the motivation to type that out and press send.
Yeah.
Even if it's anonymous. Like,
Totally.
it's all, I almost feel bad. It's like, oh, I wish I could send you a care package through YouTube, dude, because you
Yeah.
are fucking in rough shape.
Yes. Yeah.
Robbie and I needed to hear that because Mark Norman uploaded his episode onto his YouTube page
Yeah.
of this podcast.
Right. Oh, well, I mean, anybody that has a fan base and anybody outside of that fan base is immediately gay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just a weird enemy
There's a
all
lot
of
of people
sudden,
calling us gay.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people. The best part was a lot of people didn't get the concept of this album. It was trying to be edgy, making fun of the edgy podcast,
Yes.
and they were like, "These guys try too hard."
That one hurt because that one rang true. I was like, we do try pretty hard.
Trying very hard.
We're trying very hard.
We invested quite a bit of capital that we don't have.
Some might say too hard accurately.
We invested quite a bit of capital.
Anyway, YouTube is accessible. Please like and subscribe, by the way. Subscribe button right there.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
I mean, please, and just don't. I mean, leave a comment, even if it's a letter, and subscribe. That's actual currency for us.
Yes.
I think people genuinely withhold that because they're like, earn me, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm putting free stuff up.
I'm
I
doing
guess
it, man.
It's free, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying hard. We got great guests. I don't know what the fuck.
Trying too hard. Trying too hard.
We're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got here?
All right, it's my turn. Right. You're an Irish man.
I am.
And you listen to urban music.
I sure do.
What's it like to have neither group accept you?
That's very true. Weirdly enough, I've been accepted by either group at different times in my life, and now I'm for no one officially. So I mean, it's pretty lonely. I'll say that. But you know, I played Gaelic football for a long time.
Sure.
I even went to Ireland.
Did you play Gaelic football?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
going deep.
Dude,
In America.
In America,
Yeah.
I played for Rockland GAA, which now is like a powerhouse organization. And at the time, I think they just started, and we practiced at the Rockland Psychiatric Center, where it was like a patch of grass, and just people with robes open, cocks out, drool coming out of their mouth would kind of wander onto the field during either practice or a game, and they'd be like,
Gonna have a good season, coach.
Yeah, just kind of usher, and then
You
the
ushered
parents-
Mad Men so they could run.
And then the actual parents, like my wife, I've known her since we were kids, so she's come to some of my Irish football games when we were young. And I remember one in particular when we were in like 9th grade. She's sitting there, and it's like kind of dreary and raining, but it had stopped. We're still playing. Every parent is blacked out drunk, screaming at the field. And some guy's next to my wife, and he's yelling, and then turns around, but still is here to here with her, and
Yeah.
just starts pissing
On her?
next to her, like within 4 feet
Dear God.
of her, just cock out, 9th grader, just pissing.
Just going.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
They should do Irish versions of all sports. We
Yeah.
should have Irish basketball.
Yeah.
Irish. Why stop at football?
You know, I have 2 stories about the urban thing, which is interesting. So I told this to Lucas, my camera dude who produces our Patreon. When Nicole played AAU, my wife, she played AAU. I played AAU. She was really good at
AAU
basketball.
basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so I would go to her game sometime when I wasn't traveling or whatever. And, you know, everybody during the middle of quarter, like after a quarter, they'll go out, they'll shoot, they'll whatever. And it was in an urban area. I don't really remember where, but it was seldom a white to be seen.
Yeah.
So I was out there, and I was playing really well, and I hit like 18 shots in a row in one of those like shoot till you miss, and then you get a layup once you miss.
Yeah.
And the guys that I was playing with, I built up a ton of respect for the entire game. They're like, dude, you're nice, you're
Yeah.
really good. We
Yeah.
like it. They're like, you know what? There's no way you're not black. There's no way you're not black. And I'm like, I'm like laughing, and they're like, matter of fact, we're gonna baptize you black right now, which is the most terrifying
I don't know what that
thing.
means.
It sounds like something
You get jumped into a gang.
Yeah, it sounds like something in Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but instead they were like faking peeling off their skin and throwing it at me.
That's a fun little
So they
game.
were like, you're now black, dude. You're black.
Those
You're
guys are
in.
fun.
You're
It's a
with
good
us.
bit.
And I was like, this made me feel so fucking
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, that's nice.
I've never
Yeah.
felt more,
Yeah.
accepted.
Hold on. You said we weren't booking any black guests on the show. Where's the fucking research? This one slipped through the cracks. Okay, anyway, we're here with Mike Cannon, everybody.
Slip through the crackers.
Mike Cannon, Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal?
Jean.
Good. Next
Jean.
question.
Just because of the movie The Quest.
Oh, a great one.
What's the quest?
Love that movie. Oh my God. It's a movie about the greatest fighters from every corner. It's like Mortal
They,
Kombat.
they made Bloodsport, and then Bloodsport was so successful, they're like, let's do that again.
Yeah.
And then they
this
made the
time
quest.
with Roger Moore for some reason. He's like weirdly in that movie. But yeah, it's every fighter from the different walks of the earth meet at this one secret
So it's
place.
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
It's like
yeah.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good
Mortal
movie.
Kombat, which is actually fully based on Bloodsport. They like tried
Oh,
to
I
get
didn't know
licensing for it, and it didn't happen,
kidding.
and they just started to.
They had the
like-
same characters in it.
Well, yeah, Johnny
Johnny
Cage
Cage.
is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we learned a lot.
The things you learn on Edgelords.
Well, that's right.
This is an educational podcast.
Not
nothing
yes. It's infotainment. Yes. So
In education.
yeah,
Oh!
that deserves that. Whatever that was.
That's a segment this week in education.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Michelangelo.
Yep,
Yeah.
I knew
we
it.
didn't have to
my
ask.
name.
We truly didn't.
I
have
knew
to
that.
ask.
You're a goddamn party
Anyone
animal.
who
Yeah.
knows
Anyone-
what cigarette is best for bumping lines,
Yes.
it's Michelangelo.
He's a party dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more like Raphael, but Michelangelo is my favorite.
You want to be more like
No,
Raphael.
I'm a grumpy cunt sometimes. Like I can really be difficult to deal with. To
I
my
don't think that's
closest
true.
people.
You think
Really?
you think Raphael is ever microdosing? You think he's ever doing mushrooms?
I think
You
if
know?
he wants to better himself, he will. I think if he wants to be a better son to Splinter, maybe he should look into that.
All All right, we're getting serious. We got a landing to stick. Just a few more questions here. Mike, favorite way to shred your bod?
Taking clenbuterol, which I took along with the steroids. It's a horse asthma medication, and it's actually what was found trace amounts in the beef Canelo Alvarez was eating before, and he got like disqualified from a fighter. They had to push the
Bunch
fight
of bullshit.
because
Of course he was taking it.
Of course he was. It obviously it opens your lungs so you can run like a filly, but also it made my entire body tremor.
Yeah.
And I was playing poker for a living at the time, so I'd literally be sitting at the table trying to pick my cards up and shuffle chips and shit, and it was out of control. And but I got down to like 168. I was 5% body fat. I had like veins through my abs. I was shredded. It was crazy. And then I told my uncle, who's a veterinarian, like a big animal vet, upstate New York. I like said one of my friends took it, and he was like, you need to tell him to stop yesterday.
Yeah.
He's like, that's gonna fucking kill your friend. Your friend's an idiot. And I'm sitting there like, like, what do you mean, man?
He seems fine. He's actually doing pretty good.
Just my nose starts bleeding.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay. That's my favorite way to get shredded.
And your uncle probably knew that it was you.
I would assume so.
So
yeah.
why would you do that if you're a professional poker player? This is after AAU.
This was after basketball entirely. I don't know, man. I went through a weird find yourself time where I had a hardcore identity crisis because my parents got a divorce. My grandpa died. Like a handful of my friends died. My dog died. It was just this weird like upheaval of everything that I knew was normal. And so I went full like South Pole bullshit wigger, like, you know, dressing like that because I was on a basketball team. I was one of two white guys and I wanted to fit in so bad. Everybody was from the city. I wanted to be a part of the group and they liked it, but they knew it wasn't really me.
Right.
And then the next year I went even fully.
Did you talk differently? Did you change your speech?
Yeah. My affect
whole
changed.
thing.
It was so embarrassing. It's really brutal. Like my friends every once in a while will remember.
Yeah, do you have pictures from that time?
You know what? The one thing I'm grateful that was lost in the divorce of my parents was all the pictures of me with cornrows and like a triple X fucking white
Carl
tee
Kanai
with
shirt.
Pele jeans with patches and white on white Air Force Ones. It was.
I wish those existed. I
Embarrassing.
desperately wish those
I
existed.
bet you could grow some great cornrows.
It was interesting. So that was the next year. So I was like full urban whatevs the year before. Girls actually thought I was Puerto Rican when I went to clubs with my teammates.
Yeah.
I could dance a little bit. So they were like, oh,
Mike's
look at
been
this.
3 races on this episode.
That's true.
And then the next year I went full Ashton Kutcher.
Yes.
And like, you know,
I went that
so
phase.
white, did that 70s show, almost like Bieber thing.
Yeah.
And because my hair got so long, the girl that hung around our team, let's say that's a nice way to frame her, she braided my hair and put like, you know, got to be glued in it because I don't have the necessary cling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how long did that last?
Like 2 days. My hair was like ping,
Immediately,
like springing out.
this is not
it
us.
just was not holding.
God, pictures. I wish.
It's got to be somewhere. My sister has a lot. Like she's the one that she's like the who saved all of the books when the Christians
Yeah.
like we're just burning
like the Gregorian
the Muslims
monks.
or whatever.
Yeah, the
my
Muslims,
sister is the Muslims of our family, where she's like at least keeping some of the things to show future generations.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
What is your favorite all-time babe? Man or woman?
We don't judge.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So I was talking. I mean, Leo is up there. I was talking about this last night. It's for a long time. Leonardo DiCaprio has been my go-to default favorite actor. Still probably in my top 2. But I am lying to myself that my favorite actor is Christian Bale. Like I've liked Christian Bale since Newsies.
Yeah,
I am a huge CB fan.
Yeah,
and so he might be my favorite dude, babe. For sure, and I like the way his body changes.
He can
and
go
you know,
through transformations.
Oh my God. When he got jacked for Batman, I was like, well, now I'm working out for at least 12 months.
Yeah.
Like that type of shit motivates me.
Yeah.
Kathy Ireland is up there.
Classic.
Classic 90s. That's a babe.
That's a babe. Yeah.
You know, this is a weird one, but she's also coming to the forefront of our consciousness these days because she's on a popular Netflix show. Sarah Shahai.
Who's that?
Oh yeah,
She was.
What was she in before though?
Tony Soprano's. She was.
That's who she is.
She was Christopher's girl.
Yeah.
In Vegas. That Tony then went out to Vegas after Christopher died and fucked her on peyote or whatever. And she's maybe one of the top 3 hottest human beings on earth. She's so gorgeous.
Christopher had a great run on that show.
Unreal.
lady-wise.
Unreal. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's like when he like talks about with a straight face, he's like, you know, I could go into male modeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he believe that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
My buddy Paul Palmieri, who's a comic, he was telling me his brother was like managed to get into some like Sopranos like premiere event like 15 years ago, this like red carpet thing, and it was in New York, and he was like, I was just like by the food table, and I was just see man after man after man coming up to Drea de Matteo
Oh my
and
God.
being like, just like these Italian goons who are just being like, I know in my heart we're supposed to be together. I can tell. And she'd have to be like, hey, I'm actually not Adriana. Like, that's a character on a
Hey,
TV
Emily.
show.
Yeah.
And I am nothing like that person.
Yeah.
But thank you
my
for your
God.
time.
Yeah, I just, something spoke to me. I wish they'd never whacked you. I tell all my friends that. The show would have been better.
Exactly. That guy. Yeah. All right. And final question.
Best part about that is those guys are worth like $10 million.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's
Yeah.
Biggest morons in the world.
But it's also like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't they think
Yeah.
that they could get that? They've
Sure.
gone. It's like that's what impresses me also, and what I pick up every time I newly rewatch Sopranos, which is often.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of impresses me about Italians in general.
Yeah.
They came to the country, they noticed there was a hierarchy system, and that at the top of the hierarchy of wealth, you had to be educated to get there, or at least have some sort of nepotism in.
Sure.
They didn't, so they just fucking took it.
Yeah.
Like, I like that, where they're like, all right, man, you're not going to let me in. Well, I'm going to snap your neck. And
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
respect that.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like the Irish have a little bit of that too. It's like, I know, but we're
Then
not
the
as-
Italians
we're
came,
not as
and so we let you
ambitious.
in. I'm like, all right.
All right. Yeah. That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
That is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people seem worse. All right, you're in.
We'll pay these ones to police those ones.
Yeah. It's like they have brown spots on their face. It feels like their skin's hiding what's underneath.
All right, Mike, final question of the
Yeah.
Edgy Lightning Round. What is your favorite euphemism for sex?
Oh, bumping cunts. My wife says that to me all the time.
Wanna bump
She'll like
cunts?
she'll look at me and be like, "Want to go bump cunts?" I'm like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I very much
That's
do."
great.
That is great.
That actually,
what
that's
a lovely
actually
relationship.
Sneakily wholesome. It
is
makes me happy for you guys.
Yeah, I
Well,
like
because
it.
you know me, so that is perfect for me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know I actually found somebody for me.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
bump
Yeah.
cunts.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? What a sweet ending to the Edgy
She's
Lightning Round.
calling your penis a cunt
Yeah.
in a way. But it's still fun. I like it. Yeah.
Well, Mike, hang in there while we tabulate the scores for the
Yes.
Edgy Lightning Round here. Excuse me.
We don't just give away these kettlebells.
Yeah, these don't come free.
Yeah, these don't come free.
All right, what are we dealing with here? Likes the cocaine cigarette. We love
Start-
that.
That's a strong answer.
It's a strong answer. A lot of tattoo. Started with the wife flower thing. That was some, we're docking some points, but then brought out the grim reaper of comedy.
Yeah, the wife thing was a little
We
gay.
love. Yes, I have some trouble with it.
Which is good. Gay is good.
Yeah.
But
His
edgy.
low T is from steroid use, which also made him a liberal. Just he's got an excuse for it, which I like. This was one of the top 35 comedy specials of 2020. Pretty exciting stuff. Can't believe we got him on the pod.
I'm pouring sweat from that stat alone.
He's baptized black and Puerto Rican.
that was pretty edgy.
Pretty edgy stuff.
Pretty edgy. That also gave us some sort of street credit on this pod.
That sure
We
did.
can get those bloggers off our
We
back.
can finally. He works out by taking horse tranquilizers,
I mean, that is
which is
could kill you.
actually shocking.
Well, horse doctor told him not to.
And me and his wife bump cunts. I'm gonna say this is a clear cut. I have no question on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Mike.
Yes.
5 kettlebells.
5 kettlebells.
Yeah. Out of 5?
Out of 5. Yes.
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 Congratulations. And that does
Not out of 6. It's
no.
not one of these comedy lists that have a weird number.
out of 35 kettlebells. Mike made the list of specials I saw this year.
That's right. That's right. You can also see it.
It is on YouTube. It is great.
It is great.
But that, of course, qualifies you for our final segment here.
Scalding hot takes. Burn me, daddy.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
I have terrible posture. I just looked into your camera and I was like, oh, I
Try
look
not
like
to
a
look.
seahorse.
Try not to look in there. Okay,
You go first.
I'll go first. I'm not the biggest sports guy in the world. You might know from my shirt.
Sport, and you call it? You said.
By the way, can I feel it?
Yeah, please.
Also, you said
nice.
sports guy.
Sports guy.
Hey, sports guys.
In fairness, the biggest sports podcaster in the country is Sports Guy.
There we go.
Is that true?
Yeah, Bill Simmons.
His name is called
He's the
Sports
sports
Guy?
guy.
He's the sports guy.
Where is it Sports Guy? I listen to
It
Bill
was
Simmons.
on Twitter, I think. It may still be, but I think he probably
That's
had
funny.
Bill Simmons to
I've been
himself.
listening to a lot of the Rewatchables podcast.
Oh, it's
by the way.
great.
It is great.
It's really
right?
great. I love him and Rosillo talking hoops.
Yeah, well, he needs our help. Shout out Bill Simmons.
Yeah,
too.
Billy, I know. Just signed an extension on the Spotify deal.
Yeah.
So I watched the European Cup finals of soccer.
yeah.
I'm an England fan, and that game went to PKs.
PKs,
Which
yeah.
after 120 minutes of soccer, no one had won. They go to PKs, which I think is the worst way to decide the outcome of a game. So I think, and maybe I'm different here, maybe I'm not with the mainstream, but I think if a game is tied after 120 minutes, I think the winning team should be the one that respects women more. That's me, though, I guess.
That is an edgy take.
I guess I'm not like
I
you
guess
guys.
Italy is out.
Hey, you know what? Robbie, old Slowik has British in him. He's got a British passport.
British citizen, that's right.
So, of course,
nice.
he would
Pip, pip.
say something anti-Italian. So, on the surface, it seems not very edgy because it's pro-women, but it's actually anti-Italian. He's calling all of them date rapists.
Well, that's on the flag.
I'll second that.
Speaking of flags, it is hard to tell. You know, sometimes you might pass judgment on people.
Sure.
You pass a car, they got a white, navy blue, and black sticker. And you think, God, these guys are Blue Lives Matter. But maybe, just maybe, they're Estonian.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't judge before you ask someone if they're Estonian. Huh?
Yeah.
What an important life lesson.
That's an important life lesson.
That is an important life lesson, and also odd that you said Estonia because I just put a clip up talking about Estonia, and
Really?
the only thing I know about that country is that's where the caveman from Encino Man was from.
Yeah, because they knew it was a
The
place
cover
where
story.
Americans be like, it has the word stone in it.
I remember that.
Cave stone. No one will question.
It's perfect.
It's
Some of Pauly Shore's best work. I
Yeah.
think.
It's on the Baltic Sea. It's Riga is the capital. Lovely place.
Latvia. Wow.
Never mind.
Riga is the capital of Latvia.
Estonia. What would be Estonia?
Is that Luka Doncic? Latvia?
Yeah, I think so.
No, he's former Yugoslavia. So Latvia is up on the
That's
Baltic.
Kristaps is Latvia.
He might be Latvian.
Yeah.
Yes, he's Latvian.
Maybe.
I just know Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia.
Lithuanian. He's Lithuanian.
That's next to
Yes,
Latvia.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Lithuanian are crazy with basketball. They have
Yeah.
the same colors as Jamaica.
Oh, no shit.
Yes.
Probably hard to tell those two teams apart.
You guys are in the wrong bobsled.
Hey, are you here on the? Let's go to the discotheque.
Do I have a? Do I?
Yes.
If you have one,
please.
shoot it out, please.
So I was
Shoot it out.
I was
Yes, fire it on
I was gonna
us.
grade your
Cover us
takes.
in that hot take. Okay.
That sounded like a pure American to me, where you said you didn't like PKs. Unbelievable. I did just film a Mike Takes Edibles where I shoot PKs on edibles. So if you're interested in soccer,
Nice
go on
plug.
over to YouTube and check that out.
Oh, you shoot PKs on that?
Oh yeah, and I hurt myself twice in the first round. It was really, really tough. But yeah, I don't love PKs, but I do think something needs to be like obviously they've been running for 120 minutes straight or whatever it was, so they're fucking gassed. It's over. But I think somebody should be like shot in a non-lethal area if they miss.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like the
gonna
goalie
raise
is
the
at a
stakes.
disadvantage, so they're whatever. They face public ridicule after losing.
Certainly.
But if somebody misses a penalty kick, especially if they're doing something cute with the twinkle toes up to it and faking the direction, or going to tie their foot and then punching it in the top corner, they should be shot in the meaty part of their thigh.
Yeah. Or
I think that's fair.
Or just have someone from the opposite team come out and punch them in, or kick them in the nuts.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe some fresh legs.
Yeah.
Just somebody warming up with the official overtime cleat.
Why don't they just do it like hockey and just have a next
Golden goal?
No, yeah.
Next
They
goal
used to
wins.
do that. I don't know why they changed it, but it seems like soccer is pretty popular. So I don't know if they need our notes.
I just think once you've been running for 2
good point.
hours,
Yeah.
like
That's a good
it's
note.
just like it's just such a mess to try to get people to continue to do it.
Well, because that's my immediate
Someone's gonna
thing
get
is like, let's fix this.
Yeah.
This isn't, I don't like it as much as I should. And it's like, it's the world's game. I'm wrong. Like our country has some weird thing with it. It's fine. Everybody else seems to like it.
Yeah, I don't think they like it. It doesn't seem fair.
They're faking
As,
it.
as someone who lives in America,
Yeah.
I can tell other people
my next
now
hot
that they
take-
don't like it.
My next hot take is also about soccer and also incidentally about hockey, which is
excellent.
I feel across all of sports, the players that are most relatable, especially to me, are goalkeepers because they get so pissed off when they're asked to do their job. The second they just have to do the one thing that they're getting paid for, they're just yelling at their teammates. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
You made me save the ball.
Yeah.
That's why you're here, buddy.
Yeah, it is. That's a weird. They're like chefs in that way.
Yes.
They're just screaming at their line cooks and everybody, and it's like
They're not doing
you're
anything.
the main part of this.
Yeah.
You're like
And you're-
kind of the focal point.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, my keeper. Like I never played defense, but I got switched to center half. I was a striker for a long time, which is offense, and then I got switched to center half, which is kind of like both offense and defense. I'm all over the place. And for the first time ever, my keeper like dressed me down in front of the whole thing, like pointing his glove, yelling, and
Pointing his goofy fucking
his fucking dumb Mickey Mouse mittens at
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
And he and then like threw the ball away and it went out of bounds and like whatever, everything kind of calmed down. And I walked over to him and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fuck you up if you do that to me again.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I was like, if you talk to other people and they respond, that's great, but I am not somebody that responds positively to beratement.
Yeah.
or whatever, to berate it. You know, and he was like, I guess nobody has ever told a goalie that once.
Yeah.
And the first time he was like, oh yeah, I'll just talk to you
Cool,
with
man.
respect.
Yeah, I guess I'll just.
Yeah. Good point. Good notes. He puts up his dumb thumb.
Clenching in his fingers.
All right, I got a hot take here.
You got another one? We'll fire it out. buddy.
Yeah. So, people always say that if you're feeling down, or a good exercise, regardless of how you're feeling, is to write down every morning what you're thankful for in your life. You know, and my thought is, if your life was actually good, you wouldn't have to remind yourself.
Yeah. I think
It would
that's
just be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I do that exercise. Just sit staring at a blank sheet of paper for 30 minutes.
My wife.
This hasn't made it better.
It's not so much a hot take, but it's more of a position in life. Over the last 14 months, both politically and socially, I've been broken. I'm a broken horse. My father-in-law stood at the middle of the circle and then just kind of leashed me around until I just follow his directions. So my current take, politically and socially, is to have the exact same opinion as whoever I'm currently talking to.
It's the easiest.
It's the easiest.
best way to go
Yeah,
through life.
I want
Totally.
out immediately. It doesn't change what I actually think.
Yeah.
But it is a nice thing to be like, dude, we should fucking defund the police. And I'm like, they should have never had money in the first place. Like, yeah,
You're
get
100% right.
Yeah, get us out.
Yeah.
Like everybody, Antifa, they should be blown up. Like, let's drop a bomb on Seattle on
Fully.
Chaz.
And then the next conversation is like, we need all the money out. Yeah. Man, the police should never. Yeah.
All of what you're saying is right.
We should have tanks on the streets. You got it, man.
Honestly, think that's how men who've been married a long time talk to their wives to
I agree.
survive.
Yeah.
It's a survival tactic. My dad always just goes, just agree.
Right.
And I don't ever want to, I mean,
No, with my wife, I'll never do that.
Yeah.
Ever. she's gonna have a hard run for the rest of her life.
Yeah, we'll see.
My
We'll
wife
see.
and I don't speak.
Yeah.
It's even easier.
At this
This is
point,
a fold-out couch.
it just has Robbie blankets on it.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point I would have broken for my wife. I've known her since I was 10. If she could, she would have subdued me by now. You know?
I think what happens is we all joke about your T levels, but I'm sure they're very high. But when your T levels go down, like in your 50s, 60s, you're just like, it doesn't make any sense to fight anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to have a nap and then eat my fucking hamburger. Let her tucker herself out.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I don't care about most things. Like most things that she picks fights about or whatever, I just kind of like, I give her the old kid looking at a zoo for the first time, like just tilt my head and give her a look of, that's interesting. And then, it just goes, she just knows. She knows that I have zero threshold for give. Like, I just don't care.
That's good. That's a good little.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, we are
fucking edgy.
Yeah, that's right. We're getting women to respect our power.
That is what this show is all about.
Respect my power, please.
Power of silence.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, this was a nice little podcast, I think.
Hang on.
Yes.
Real quick. To make your wife or girl respect your power, which
So
is
important.
something
I almost
that
cut this
do.
off. Could you imagine?
couldn't
This is the
imagine.
most important
This
gift.
is a long-standing theory of mine and something that I've been doing since I lived even in the Upper East Side. It's very important to do in an apartment because you have shared space. But every once in a while, like my wife gets very brazen. She's very confident. She's won a lot of arguments. She's tied a lot. It's like there's no real recourse for her having a shitty opinion. So every once in a while we're passing each other in the hallway, I'll throw her a shoulder check.
Let her know.
Let her know.
I'll just remind her
let her
of
know.
what I could physically do if I chose to.
Yeah.
I never will. But just understand, there is a Kodiak bear under here that will tear your fucking head
Pretty
off.
funny.
I hope you're listening, ladies.
Very disturbing. But no, it's good. No, I do a thing where it's funny. That's super funny. But I do it. I guarantee she laughs when you do it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I do a thing where I'll be holding Julia's hand on the street, and then I'll just guide her into a bike or some garbage. Give her no choice.
You guys used to put a fucking jacket over a puddle. And now you're just shoving your
pushing
girl.
I'm
her
not shoving
into
her. I'm holding her hand and not letting her go move.
Gently.
It's a funny bit.
It's so good.
I'll pretend to be talking about the weather and pretend to not notice what I'm doing. She'll be, no, but there's a bike, and I'll be like, it's crazy. The buses don't come very often around here.
That's fantastic.
Good, clean fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
Casey's terrified of pigeons. We live in New York City. It's like the pigeon capital of Earth.
Pigeons.
And so I just, whenever we're walking, it's the opposite. I'm not guiding her anywhere. When she sees a pigeon, she just physically throws me between her and the pigeon. But it's like it's one of the animals I can defeat if need be.
Certainly.
So it's very like, well, I've handled
Rip
this
a
again.
pigeon's wings off.
Yeah, you could fuck up a pigeon.
Did I tell you my pigeon Nicole story?
No.
It's brief. But when we lived on the Upper East Side, we were going to bring laundry down the street, and I was carrying the bag, like a giant. I'd wait 2 months in between doing laundry. So
Sure.
I had this giant bag. I had her bag. I was like being chivalrous and stuff. So because I was holding her bag, I felt something on like the back of my head, and I thought she was like romantically caressing me or telling me like, thank you for what, I was doing for her. And I turned and it was a fucking pigeon on my head, which is my greatest nightmare. I am petrified of those birds. And I like threw the laundry in the air and scream ran down the street until I was on like Lexington and we were at York. It was like a mile and a half away. It was insane. Yeah.
He's after me.
Get him out.
And that hair is so luscious and thick, you didn't even realize it was a pigeon at first.
Gray pigeon
Yeah.
blend in with
My hair's so
It-
thin, I can tell you the type of bird without seeing it. From the talons.
Just the scratching nails on my skin.
It's
I
a
can feel
parakeet.
it.
The bird thinks that his hair's so thick and silver.
Yes.
The bird probably thought it was
a nest.
No, it was the Chrysler building.
Or a gargoyle.
or a gargoyle. And they just flew over you and like, I don't want to land in a fried egg. What's this manhole down there?
All right, I'm ending this damn podcast. It's over. Mike, anything to promote? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, just youtube.com/Mike Cannon Comedy. Check that out. I put everything up there. I got the Mike Takes Edibles series. I'm doing a new series where I play people in Heads Up Poker, and it's kind of like half podcast, half poker match. I did Bobby Kelly on the first one, and Greg Stone just filmed one. So
nice.
If you guys know anybody else who plays poker, if either of you do,
I play poker.
love to have you.
I'd love to do it.
I know a couple.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Graham, you got anything to plug, promote? Any shows coming up?
I'm going to be the Denver Comedy Cafe, I believe. August 2021, baby. Come on out to Denver.
Yes,
if
sir.
you don't live there. Flights are cheap.
They're not.
No.
No,
They're
flights
the
are
opposite.
fucking mess
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
It cost me $800 to get out to Spokane at the end of this month. Oh, insane.
That is brutal. And I'm working on a TV show that comes out in September, so I am nowhere on the road right now. But
Are you allowed to say what show?
I'll say then, I think. So
It's pretty fucking cool.
be on the lookout for that, I guess. And I guess we'll say at the end of every episode, which is
Fuck you.